Sunday morning here. They're talking about some more rain here throughout the day and tonight, maybe up to another ½ an inch. And if we get that, we'll have gotten about 1.5 inches in the last 5 days. So it's been coming nice and slow and steady. And yeah, it's supposed to cool off the next couple days after that then. So hopefully, yeah, and then it'll warm up again toward the end of the week. So once we get some heat, everything will really be growing then for sure. When our calves are born, we give them a couple different things whenever they're first born. 2 different pastes here we give them. The one is that Tri-Shield. It would have 3 different strands of for scours in it. The other one is an optimizer gel. I'm not sure that we'd have to give them both, but the beef farmers out west are really big on this optimizer gel. Say it helps tremendously, and we had given this Tri-Shield. Well, we used to give First Defense bolus. That one would have 2 strains of for 2 different strains of scours, and then they come out with this Tri-Shield that has a 3rd strain. And then so yeah, we just give both. I said as much anything you can give a calf to help it and keep it from getting scours is worth it. And then we dip their navels when they're first born. Then when they're about 24 to 48 hours old, we give them 2 more things. The one is a nasal vaccine. These are both for respiratory now. The one is in Force 3, that when you squirt up the nose. And the other one is Myco B1. It's for more mycoplasma related pneumonias. And that one is you give that one in the muscle. So yeah, for anybody with anybody wondering how we give it up the nose, right here they make these little things you stick on, the plastic things you stick on the end of a syringe, and it's probably this piece right here is about 2 inches long. And you just carefully slide it up the nose. You got to hold their head tight, because they're just like people. If you try to stick something up their nose, they're going to jump and jerk or jerk back. So yeah, we give this shot, squirt this up their nose, and then give them the Myco B1 in the muscle. Place to give shots in the muscle is in the side of the neck. You can give it in the meat on the back leg as well, between the knee and the hip. But yeah, it's probably best to give the shots in the neck, or that's what the vets and everybody recommends nowadays. Yeah, well, I got our Springer pen all bedded up here again. We've been using mostly soybean straw in this pen this winter. Other than when it's cold, we've been using some bales of straw that we have. We didn't have a lot of extra straw, so we were trying to use it sparingly, only when it's really, really cold, so when there's calves born, they can kind of nestle in the straw and stay warmer. But the one thing we're finding with the soybean straw, this is the first we baled much of it, but we didn't get near as much corn fodder last year, being it was drier. So we baled up a bunch of our soybean straw. I think we baled like 220 bales, and the soybean straw is way more absorbent than the corn fodder even is. But we still like corn fodder. It's probably our choice for bedding in these big bedded pack pens. Our younger calves, we like straw. But one thing with the soybean straw, it's a little harder to shake it apart. We usually drive around with our skid loader with the bale and the prongs, just shaking it around and shaking it apart. And the fodder the soybean straw tends to fall off in bigger clumps, and you got to go back and, yeah, our bale prongs that we have 3 prongs on it. You can kind of catch that clump and shake it around a little more, but it does take a lot longer to bed it with the soybean straw. But we are finding that it is a lot more absorbent. So I'm really glad we baled it. And then in our area here, with not much corn fodder being available last fall to bale, and I think there was plenty of straw around, but there was usually a lot of corn fodder baled in our area, and there wasn't near as much. So straw prices were really high this winter in our area. So I'm really thankful that we did this, and we didn't have to spend a whole lot of money on bedding, so that part's nice. Our one loader tractor we have is an MXU 110. It's a 2006 model, so it would be 19 years old. We have a loader on it. It's our main tractor we use to load the mixer, and we had actually put a new loader on it a number of years ago because the other one was having a lot of issues. But This morning we had an arm break on it. I mean, it just snapped the whole arm right off. You can tell inside here that it was cracking, because there you can see it was rusty a little bit, and up there you can see some rust, or had been some cracks in it before. But on the inside, yeah, it snapped it apart. On the inside too, there was actually an extra layer in here, and it broke that out. We had it happen on this side probably 2 years ago, and they repaired it and stuck an extra plate. I think they stuck an extra plate on both sides, and yeah, that one's been holding up good. So we'll probably take it to a welding shop and get them to fix this side too, and hopefully it'll last a little while yet. Or the tractor will. It's got a lot of life in it, but hopefully the loader will be okay. I don't know, we have a fairly large bucket on it. I don't know if that's what our problem is. We do shave our trenches, but we still have a fair amount of, when you're scooping it up, if you get a little more on the one side, there's a lot of twisting on the loader, I guess is a good way to say it. Yeah. Or if you're scooping in to catch the last little bit at the bottom and you catch the bottom of the trench. Anyhow, we'll try to get it fixed, and hopefully it don't take a whole lot. The last time we took it to the welding shop and they had fixed it, and I pulled it, they told me it was done, I pulled in to pick it up, man, I could tell sitting there it was not even straight. Like the frame here on the front, this frame piece here where the loader mounts to, the loader mount frame, was not straight sitting there. And I said something, and we pulled it in and measured, it was like 2 inches difference. So they had to cut it apart and redo it. And yeah, after they did it the second time, that's been about 2 years or more ago, and it's been holding good. So been kind of a wet week. We had earlier in the week we had some rainy weather, like last Sunday and Monday. I think it was showery and rainy, maybe even last Sunday even. But then Tuesday it got really windy and cold, and then Wednesday was kind of nice and sunny. But then we had some more rain here since Thursday. But it's supposed to clear out later tonight and be fairly nice here a couple days starting tomorrow. But yeah, I'm here in my Springer pen. We're getting ready to milk here this morning, checking my Springers, and just I was mentioning there a couple times about not having very many Springers here of late, but boy, it flipped now. We got Springers sticking out our ears. Not quite, but I think there's 33 in here. We brought several more over here on Friday, and I knew we had a lot to calve here in late April into May. So yeah, it'll be good to have a few more fresh again. We had dried a lot off the last number of weeks, so we're needing a few more fresh again. But yeah, I think there's a total of 33 in here. We got 2 bottle calves here right now, and they're ready to go into a pen over here. We have 3 empty pens. That's kind of unusual for us, but it is kind of nice to get a good break. Yeah, we got 2 more pens here. We just started weaning, so they'll be weaned here in about a week, but that'll be good too, because with all these Springers, we're gonna need several pens, I'm pretty sure.
This is our slow cow. All the other cows are, there's still one on, but she's still on. She's our slow one.
Morning to everybody. Welcome back to another video. It's Tuesday morning, April the 15th. Yeah, I guess it's tax day for everybody that ain't farmers. Not tax day for farmers, but yeah. anyhow, Lois and I are milking here again this morning. We're probably about, I don't know, 3/4 done. Probably another half hour, 45 minutes will be done. But yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to share much about this, but we decided to go ahead and share about it. But we have some changes here with our milk company. Yeah, it's kind of sad in some ways, but in a lot of ways, but between me and my dad, we've shipped to Harrisburg Dairies for 70 some years, and I think my dad would have started shipping to them a year or two after he started farming, which the whole time we milked on this farm, we've shipped to Harrisburg Dairies. And the last little while, they've been having some struggles financially. We weren't always getting our milk checks on time, and well, then it became apparent that they had too much milk and were having to get rid of it elsewhere and weren't able to process it all. They normally process all their milk for fluid milk, like bottling. None of our milk would have ever went for cheese or anything like that. It was all for bottling. And about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe less than that, 3 years ago, they had some trouble and ended up leaving 7 farms go then. And I thought things were okay. They never said really anything. Actually, it was only about a year or two ago they said, yeah, they need more milk, and they're wanting to open it up to their farmers that we have now to, if you want to milk more cows, go ahead and do that. And we didn't really bump any more up ourselves, or not really. We did several years ago, but not in the last 2 years since they've been saying that. So yeah, to make a long story short, yeah, we're switching milk companies. I know what I was gonna say yet. I was a little bit afraid of this because out here where the milk company is about an hour away from us. And years ago, there used to be a lot of Harrisburg Dairies producers out in this area, but the last 3 to 5 years, almost all of them have either quit or retired, or yeah, like when Lois and I were first married 30 years ago, I think they had 2 full routes out this way of different farms, and it ended up we were the only ones in this area anymore. So we thought with the amount of milk we were shipping and being with them as long as we were and having good milk quality that we would be okay. But yeah, they chose to let a few farms go, and we were one of them. Saying about needing to switch milk companies. We're going to go with the co-op now. We've never been with the co-op before. We've always been with an independent dairy, or Harrisburg Dairies was an independent dairy, so I'm sure there'll be a few things to get used to with that, but I'm just really thankful we have somewhere to go with our milk.
We had a cow that just came fresh, and she has a lot of swelling in her udder. And so we do this trick. We put the milker on her, and then it's like her udder's still swelled, and if you put a paper towel right there at the top, it doesn't leak. Works pretty good. This cow has a lot of swelling, and because of the swelling, her teeth, like, there's a big gap between the 2 front ones, and so it makes it harder for the milker to sit on. She's kind of this is the first time coming through the parlor since she had a calf. She just had her 7th calf, so she has done very well. But yeah, that paper towel trick works pretty good. This mom and her babies are doing really good. She's taking really good care of them. She's the one that she had them in this calf pen with these calves, and we moved her over here. This is an empty stall, and we moved her here in the corner, and she takes really good care of them. But she has 3 little orange ones. Their eyes are just opening up. This is the problem. If you notice, she's sitting here eyeballing them up. if she would have the chance, she'll still them, and she'll take them and feed them. She does this every time to her kittens, and she just will nicely pick them up and take them over to the horse barn. And so yeah, she didn't know they were over here before. I almost guarantee if I walk away, she's gonna be trying to figure out a way to get in. But I chained the gate shut, so she should be fine. But there she is with her 3 little ones.
It's kind of a sad day. It's the next to last day of when Harrisburg Dairies will be picking up our milk here on the farm. Between me and my dad, we've been shipping to him for over 70 years. My dad would have moved here in spring of 1959, and he would have started shipping milk to him. He rented a farm for 7 years before that, and he would have started shipping milk to them, I think, a year after he started farming. So it would have been 6 years before he moved here. But anyway, the whole time my family lived here on this farm, we have been shipping to Harrisburg Dairies. So anyway, yeah, I'm thankful we do have another co-op to go to. We've always been with an independent-owned dairy, so things will be a little different, but I'm thankful that we can have somewhere to ship our milk.
Every season we